I didn't know that.
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back
Is it like the radiation poisoning, all that stuff? Sick. It was good, wasn't it?
to Comics 101.
Yeah.
Which
Sorry.
storyline is this?
All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm gonna not keep my mic by me yet because I'm eating still.
Luke's snarfing down dinner over here.
We're really on the fly tonight, gang.
Oh,
I think I'm wearing the same shirt I wore last week, so that's a good start.
nice. Love it.
I like the shirt though; it's comfortable.
It's not the same underwear all week.
It might be.
All week?
Oh, all week? No, definitely not all week. Most of the week.
Thank goodness. Yeah, so we're back. We back, baby.
We are back.
Both of the things I was going to talk about involve Luke heavily at the start of the show here. So I'll just kind of ad-lib.
What's up?
Well, Olympics recap.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm a little bit depressed because it's over.
Coming down off that high is hard.
I'm trying to transition and don't be sad it's over. Be happy it
It
happened.
happened. Yeah.
And the friends
It's
we made along the way.
it's kind of a hard transition, but
It was
honestly one of the probably the best Olympics I've ever watched.
It was great.
It was good.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Luke and I were texting incessantly at times throughout. It was so fun.
And like, I just felt like, at least USA, because I mean, I like watching other countries do great stuff too, but it's
a
more
little different.
impactful to me when it's
when you get to cheer on your team.
when I get to chant the USA, and like there's just so many times where I was so hype just by myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like screaming, and like I'm a pretty silent watcher most of the time.
Dude,
like,
it was fun.
Well, we'll get my heart rate elevated during Chiefs games, but most of the time I don't really get excited until it's like over and they've won.
Yeah.
But like, man, like there's just so many epic moments, especially like in track. Usually track I think is okay.
Dude, some of those finishes were crazy.
Cole Hawker, Quincy Hall, the relays are always
super
exciting, except for the men's 4x1,
dude.
Which is always a mess.
The Quincy Hall finish is
dude.
Nobody's ever dug deeper on on anything ever.
If I was in that race and I lost, I would just be like, yeah, I deserve to lose.
Yeah.
Here's my silver. Don't deserve it.
Shout out to his
dude came back in the last 100 meters for like
he's also
5 places.
He's also 16.
No.
That's not Quincy Hall. What's that kid's name?
That kid did the lead off on the relay. His name is also Quincy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, that was, I think, Quincy Jones.
Okay. His tweet after they got the medal.
Dang,
man, I gotta go to school in 2 weeks.
Dude, the freaking announcers were trashing him, though, during the race. I felt bad for him. It's like, this kid, 16. Yeah. Well, he's not out there to have the fastest leg in the whole Olympics.
So Quincy Hall's the one who had the crazy finish, though, down the stretch. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I know I talked about rugby last week, but, like, that's still one of my top moments. And then just, like, this past weekend, watching, like, the women's soccer team was incredible.
It was great.
And then,
great game.
like, two of the best basketball games of my life.
I didn't get to watch the women's game, but I did get to watch the men's game. It was awesome.
Oh, basketball?
Yeah.
The women's basketball game was extremely frustrating to watch because they played so bad. They just... I'm eating. They just, like... They came back at the end.
Yeah.
And they pulled it out, and they were lucky not to go to overtime.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But, like, that girl was popping off.
Mm-hmm.
But their streak is 61 games in a row is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, at some point you just need to lose it so you can reset. Because the pressure of that streak's going to start to settle in at some point.
Yeah. They should just, like, lose on purpose. Their first next international
Their exhibition.
Games. Like,
whatever.
let's just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Start a new one. But no, it was awesome to be able to cheer for Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah.
And to watch him rip out somebody else's heart for once.
Yeah.
I loved that. Jeez, what else was there? I actually wrote stuff down for the Olympics. Oh, the closing ceremony was awesome.
It was good.
It was way better than the opening ceremony. It was short and sweet to the point.
Yeah.
They put a story behind their art instead of just, here's some things.
Yeah.
And then obviously Tom Cruise.
Yep.
See, like
Just
an
erased all of my doubt about our opening ceremony. It's just like, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
Like, can I get just, like, if we get, like, a writer's room or whatever for opening ceremony, get Spielberg in there, get Christopher McQuarrie in there,
oh my gosh.
Tom Cruise in there. Who else? Nolan's mom is American, I think, or dad. So get him in there. I can't wait.
Kevin Costner's not doing anything. Get him in there.
Get him out.
Did his stuff get canceled?
Alternate.
Did he end up canceling the rest of it?
I don't.
No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
But
I was like, he's gonna go
It's
broke.
it's still premiering at the film one of the
At
film
one of the
festivals.
festivals.
And he put out some tweet or something. He's like, "Thank you to Warner Bros. For just like trusting in film or something."
yeah,
It's because they can't make enough if they just write it off.
it's not their movie, so
That's true. He shot it in his garage.
there's so little
Investment.
risk for them.
Yeah.
They're still gonna try and somehow can it and get that tax
It'll
write
probably
off.
go straight to HBO.
Probably. So yeah,
They should just put the first one on there right now. Just be like, okay, this didn't do well.
We need to garner up
Just
some
just
popularity.
put it on there.
yeah. But overall, great Olympics.
Epic.
Sad it's done, but
Yeah.
you know,
Today-
Paralympics.
Today sucked.
Not having it on all day. Yeah.
I hated today.
You could just rewatch old Olympics. That'd be kind of fun.
Dude, I had like all of it recorded on YouTube TV, and
Oh
I
my
legit
gosh.
like thought about putting
Just starting it over. Yeah.
I got home from dinner with my family last night, and I was like, "Should I just watch the closing ceremony again?" And I was like, "No. We should just let go." 'Cause I watched it earlier in the afternoon. But
One of my favorite non-competitive moments was finished today. Simone Biles tweeted, "I know tequila hate to see me coming." And then her next tweet was, "I'm never drinking again." Which I thought was just so funny. Because the tweet was 3 days later.
Yeah.
So there was like obviously an event there where that was just a nightmare scenario for her. But it's so funny
was
to
she
read.
at the USA basketball?
I'm
party?
not sure. She may have come home, but
She was in Paris for the closing.
Oh, she was. She did stay for closing. Okay, so then
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Because she's one of the people who handed the flag to
Tom Cruise.
Okay,
Did you watch the whole thing?
I haven't seen it. No.
You should watch it. It's like really good.
It's pretty cool.
Great music.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Or at least watch the Tom Cruise section.
I've only seen him like jump down off the.
The whole video they did was just great.
It really.
I loved it.
Yeah. Kind of felt like a
And I'm sure you've seen
Mission
the Hollywood
Impossible.
Hollywood
thing.
sign.
The Hollywood side. That was a cool reveal.
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know why I wasn't like, oh yeah, they should use that.
Oh duh.
It's like
I'll have to check it out.
the most simple of all the solutions, of
Right?
course.
Yeah.
Who said that LA doesn't have attractions? The Hollywood sign, LAX tower, the Chinese theater.
Hey, the tar pits. I lived right next to the tar pits.
beach, the beach.
The beach, Santa Monica Pier. Where the Red Hot Chili Peppers have a crowd of approximately
Rodeo
60
Boulevard.
people.
In and Out.
Overrated,
Yes,
Fight
In and Out
me.
is very overrated.
I'll fight you on that.
dude.
I think
It's
great.
it tastes like Wendy's.
Freddy's is so much better.
Freddy's is 10 times better.
Freddy's is excellent. I also have it all the time.
In and
it
out. In and out.
Never gets old.
In and Out is
I'll
nice.
go. I'll go
In-N-Out-
this far. In and out is
nice.
trash.
Oh, In and Out.
Okay, I don't think that.
Here's the deal. I think I would like In and Out less if I had one here.
I wouldn't go. Given the choice, I will go to Freddy's 10 times out of 10.
Tyler, I'm not. Do you go? Is all the only burger place you ever go is Freddy's?
If it was Freddy's.
No.
No. But no.
The only place you ever go
No.
for a burger chain is Freddy's.
No.
Okay, then you don't go 10 out of 10.
If it were between those two, I would.
That's a dumb hypothetical.
We're making the comparison between the two. How is that a dumb hypothetical? I think In-N-Out's not good. I'll die on that hill.
Prepare to
I think
die.
people are more into the spectacle of In-N-Out than they are the actual food.
In-N-Out's great.
I think it's good.
I think it tastes like Wendy's.
I think
When I like
Also,
and
I like Wendy's.
Yeah, I like Wendy's.
It's
But
not that much of a diss to me.
but that's like what it is.
But like every once in a while, I go to McDonald's because I hate my life, and I'm like, this was good as a kid, and then I'm like,
you're giving away my secrets. Why do I always have McDonald's?
I'm like, yeah, McDonald's is trash, but like at the same time, I like it every once in a while.
Dude, I had McDonald's today for lunch, and we're in a weird place with this show tonight.
It's okay, we don't have a topic tonight.
And I ordered a McDouble, and I got it plain. Just trying to be simple. They took the cheese off of it. Usually plain just means they take all the extra crap.
What?
So you get the cheese
For
still.
Stephanie, plain would mean no cheese either.
Oh, well,
so.
they leave the cheese on the little thingy.
Yeah, yeah.
The little kiosk.
In
Because
the
you don't
kiosk.
talk to people anymore.
Sure, that's right. Yeah, we hate to.
So I was
talk
like,
to someone.
cool, great. Ordered it. They handed it to me. It was just 2 patties of bread.
Oh.
I ate it too, and it was just not good. I was like, man, this sucks. But whatever. I didn't feel like arguing with McDonald's today, so.
You didn't feel like going and fighting that kiosk?
No. Well, I couldn't even pay at the kiosk. It was like, you can't pay here. This doesn't work. So you have to take your receipt to the front desk. But then the receipt didn't print.
Oh.
So I just took my table number, and I was like, this is my number. It didn't print a receipt. I don't know what you want me to do. And the lady was able to get it all straightened out. But I was like, this is a nightmare.
That's awful.
Thoughts on Dog and Shake?
I've not had it.
I haven't had it either. Apparently, we're going there as a group.
It's like only here.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's very good.
Team trip to Dog and Shake before the show next week.
Works for me.
So good.
Let's do it.
New Way.
New Way's good.
New Way's fine.
New Way is fantastic.
Yeah. Give me a root beer. I'm in.
All right. Well, Luke, you finished with your food, more or less.
No,
so...
I didn't. I'm just
Oh,
now I'm talking.
I'm so sorry.
Now I'm in podcasting mode.
Well, we got some trailers. Some trailers were via D23, some not, but we're just gonna lump all of the trailers here.
I tried to avoid watching the leaked ones.
Oh, I didn't. I was just like, don't care watching it.
Like I just didn't. You talking about like people filming?
What was
them or whatever?
leaking?
It's just like cell phone footage of it.
Yeah.
It was Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
Daredevil Born Again as well.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I saw that one today, but I didn't watch it.
I knew there were some like extended looks that weren't like trailers. That doesn't surprise me that people leaked some of those. But I did see like a crappy cell phone thing of Red Hulk from Brave New World.
Does he look like exactly like what you would expect him to look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly CG. Like they probably got like some photo reference of
maybe like 2% of.
Yeah.
Harrison
No,
Ford.
he definitely did motion capture for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I'd love to see that
Just-
footage though. Like if he actually did some of it. Like show me him in that pajama suit.
Oh my god. Oh.
I feel like he'd put it on and be like, I like this. And he'd never take it off.
He'd be like, "This is comfortable."
This is actually pretty nice.
He's
He's
like,
like,
I
I-
on my suits for this.
I never want to wear another costume.
Yeah.
Just put it on digitally. And Disney would be like, okay, we can do that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So do you have a list, or do you want me just to go down?
You can just do it.
Moana 2 trailer
Oh yeah, I've seen this one 100,000 times with the Olympics.
with the Olympics. So after
The
100,000 times,
I think it looks all right.
Yeah.
I just like the animation. I like the music.
mm-hmm.
Just like not necessarily the songs they'll sing because they're not ruining
But
those
just
yet.
the vibe of
Just
it.
like the soundtrack they put it on.
Yeah.
Like
her theme and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So like I'm in. I love Moana. The story looks exactly the same.
Right.
Just
But,
another reason to go out. Yeah.
But I'm excited.
I really liked the trailer. I'm with Luke though. I think it looks fine. But my highlight with this trailer is I showed it to Bryn when I got home today because I hadn't seen it until today, and it was so cute. She was like, "Moana has a sister like me," and I was like, "Oh man, this movie's gonna wreck me."
Oh no.
And she's
Never mind, we can't see it.
So that's the one I told her we'd see in theaters. And she's like, "Today?" And I was like, "Well, it's not out today." And she's like, "Oh, Okay. And then she starts laughing. She's like, Thanksgiving. I was like, Thanksgiving. She's like, okay.
Ooh, we're gonna have to compete with Wicked.
Yeah. I think I'm going to be seeing 2 movies that weekend.
Just take her to Wicked as well.
Why not?
I don't want to ruin anybody else's experience. But
Dude,
I'm excited
what
for
if she
Moana.
comes out of Moana 2? How old is she? Like 3.5?
She'll be 3 in September.
What if she comes out and she's just like, I thought it was okay. Would you be like impressed?
If I was like, do you like it? And she'd be like, eh. I'd
It
probably,
was aight.
I'd probably be like, you're not allowed to have opinions yet. Stop. I'm still picking out what you wear.
The animation was great, but the story just didn't jive with it.
I would
Didn't do it for
I
me.
would quit the podcast and make her do it. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. You're better at this than me.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's voice acting just didn't
Yeah.
come through as well as when you could tell he was doing it for a paycheck. How old are you? I'm 3, Dad.
Yeah. This many.
This many. We.
No, you gotta hold up the wrong number.
Yeah. I'm this many. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. We got a final trailer. I assume there'll probably be a bunch of TV spots that show new things at some point.
It's
but
Disney.
Agatha All Along,
Oh, I didn't even watch this. I saw it. I thought that was the same trailer.
still nice sideways thumb for me. Like, not really doing anything.
I heard somebody say on the internet, and they're like, "This looks good if it came out 4 years ago. It's just too late."
It just kind of feels too late.
Kind of like Black Widow was like, "Oh, this would have been cool 4 years ago when we didn't already know she was dead."
Right. When we didn't
When we know
already
this
have
isn't how it ends.
like a somewhat satisfying arc for this character.
Yeah.
Not that we have a satisfying arc for Agatha, but like
if
she's
this-
just the yeah.
Like if it came out right after WandaVision,
Oh, yeah.
I probably would have been
Yeah.
relatively excited for it because I think the trailer does its service
Yeah.
of looking interesting. But nope, they made Multiverse of Madness instead.
Buns.
Big wet fart.
Pixar getting into the look. Pixar
They
kinda-
get into the animation game.
into the well, I was gonna say the Disney Plus game, but like a number of their films got like unintentionally thrown onto Disney Plus. But they have a series, Disney Plus series, Win or Lose, coming out next year. It's with Will Forte.
I didn't see this. Does
It's,
it look good?
it's a fun little like
It looks fun.
Kroger people animation.
Okay.
Ted
Yeah, there's
Lasso
a little-
Pixar.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Not exactly,
But similar. Vibes, at least.
but I mean, it will be heartwarming Pixar stuff, and it's
Probably going to be decent.
Yeah.
so. It's Pixar doing a TV show, which just mainly has me interested.
Agreed. Like what we know they have
And it's original.
yeah.
That's the other thing.
They do that. They
It's
do
one
the
of the
thing.
only 2 original things they announced, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe the only one?
No, I think there's another film. Or no, they have that other film that's coming out.
Just the other Pixar one.
The other Pixar film that's coming out, but it's already been announced.
At least somebody in Disney is doing original stuff.
Yeah.
God.
Ooh. So speaking of not original things, we got a teaser trailer for Snow White.
I'm out.
Yeah, this is.
I'm out.
I did not think this looked very good.
This does not look. This gives me, maybe not quite as bad as the new Pinocchio vibes. Like that Pinocchio movie none of you watched because it was awful with
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks?
I didn't not watch it because I think it looked awful. I didn't watch it because I hate Pinocchio.
Okay, fair enough.
I just didn't
No.
think it looked very good.
Yeah,
So yeah, I didn't watch that one.
but yeah,
I thought like we all moved on past the live action retellings.
no.
I think we did. They didn't.
Well, it's been in production for like how long?
5 years?
Quite a while.
And they were just like, oh, it's
Well, then the star of their movie went on some crazy like tirade on social media, and that's a great start.
I think they're just hoping that since they haven't mentioned it in like
They're
a
like,
year and a
maybe
half,
people
like,
will forget.
maybe people forgot about that.
Well, both their stars. I mean, because Gal Gadot's the other one.
Oh yeah, she's the witch.
Is she gonna sing Imagine?
Queen.
Her asking who's the fairest of them all, and then it cutting to the girl playing Snow White is like, it's Gal Gadot. Like, are we doing that? Like, look, I know it's not a beauty contest, but Gal Gadot's pretty good looking.
It's inner beauty.
Yeah.
All right, the franchise that everyone's calm about and no one has intense opinions.
Toy Story.
Oh, yeah, we can go to Toy Story 5.
Sorry.
Oh.
We did get a
Now I'm
official
curious what that one is.
teaser for Toy Story 5.
Did they officially release it?
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, okay.
It's like nothing.
It's a big nothing for sure.
Cool.
It's more like an announcement.
Sideways thumb.
Here's the description. Woody, Buzz, and the rest of the game. So remember how in Toy Story 4 there's this whole big emotional arc about them saying like goodbye to each other?
You know that's Toy Story 3.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then it happens again
then
in
it's
Toy
Toy
Story
Story
4. Well, they're back together. They were fighting for their lives against the algorithm and devices that power it.
I kind of do like that.
I just feel like
It's just going to be a cell phone.
The picture shows the kid underneath the blankets with an
like
iPad.
with an iPad. I don't know. It's maybe
the tagline for this movie should be "Touch some grass." or something.
At what point do we get the toys like leaving and creating their own like Zootopia like?
We've had that movie. Small Soldiers.
Yeah, but not from Disney.
What about World Police?
Oh,
It's kind of
Is it the puppets?
Team
Yeah.
America?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh
Don't
my
watch it.
gosh.
It's not good.
Yeah, the clip was enough.
The
Yeah.
vomiting one?
Just the clips that they post on Twitter. It's like, yeah, I've never watched
That
this.
movie has a weird like puppet sex scene in it. I'll never forget that because I was like, what is this? How is this made?
No, thank you. All right, so yeah, Skeleton Crew, which is the new Star Wars show coming out in December, starring Jude Law. This is the Goonies, right?
Yeah, it's the Goonies.
This is the Goonies. I don't hate it. I think this trailer actually looks kind of fun for
Is
like
it-
a kid show.
Is this Watts?
But it is a
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is John
Yeah.
Watts' thing.
But like this is like, I guess I wasn't mentally prepared at the time for this to be such a kids show. I'm okay with it, but it did kind of catch me off guard.
I don't mind the idea
Mm-hmm.
of doing this. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah,
and I think a big part of it is who are your child actors.
yeah, for sure.
If
That's
they're bad,
always a
it won't
dicey
work.
roll.
It won't matter. At least for me, nothing will matter in it.
Yeah,
If the kids are annoying, I won't watch it.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Especially after the Acolyte. Like, convince me. Camera's over here now. Convince me. But yeah, like the suburbs in Star Wars, I didn't really need to see that.
It did feel.
It
that
feels
felt
weird.
weird. I don't know how you do it in a way that doesn't feel weird, but
Are they
just,
gonna have
it
the
just
elephant
felt,
alien like do the truffle shuffle and like
probably.
I don't know. Like I like the idea, but the vibe feels off.
Yeah. No, I think I'm kind of hoping that like once we get away from the suburbs, everything feels fine. But that is like a weird. I'm not going to like stick my flag in the sand and be like, this is terrible because suburbs don't belong in Star Wars. It just does feel like a little bit too close to.
Like there was
Reality.
grass and driveways, and I'm just like, this is wackadoodle.
So in every universe, there's a version of the American dream. I guess that's probably true. I mean, to some degree. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels weird, especially coming like. This is set after Return of the Jedi. So like I don't know how much time you need for like after a government collapse, imperial collapse for the economy to get to the point where like it's stable enough
to host the suburbs.
to like, I don't know. Maybe they're just on a planet with first world problems only.
Maybe.
So good for them.
It's just gonna take a really hard left turn at the very end of the first episode.
Turns out they were all Sith.
It's like a super dark, like they're recruiting people to kill them or something. It's like,
Oh
what?
no.
They weren't in the suburbs. They were at Sith.
Sith camp.
camp.
Yeah.
Yep.
They give you the false idea that things are good.
You all have to kill a Jedi without a weapon. Oh.
I was gonna say it's just they're at summer camp lake, and the camp counselor like walks out into the water and we're all Sith now.
It's Jason.
Yeah.
But it's a Sith dude
Yep.
chasing them around a neighborhood.
So we had lots of other things. I don't have any other trailers written down, but we have lots of other D23 announcements.
I have one trailer
Okay.
that wasn't mentioned. And I'm super interested in this. Saturday night.
Yes, not a D23 announcement.
Not a D23 announcement at all.
I didn't think about that.
But from a
You're
movie
right.
trailer perspective, I
Yes.
think this looks really cool.
Yep.
I think it stylistically looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like it was shot in the 70s, which is cool. It's got the kid from Licorice Pizza in it. It's got Finn Wolfhard in it, Lamorne Morris, bunch of people.
Yeah, a fairly
It's
like
kind of the story of SNL coming to life.
Yeah.
I'm not an SNL person, but I do think this looks good.
Yeah.
It's, Jason Reitman.
I am more or less an SNL person. I mean,
Dana is, and she loved the trailer.
So I think I think the trailer looks fascinating.
Yep. Chevy Chase is a huge dick bag in it in the trailer, so that is
Much like real life.
That seems to be a theme everywhere he goes. One of the top YouTube comments is somebody accounting that they went to high school with him and he was a dick then. I was like, well, I mean, at least he held true to himself, I guess. But I thought this looked cool. I'm very interested in this. Big time thumbs up for me.
Luke, do you have any other?
I hadn't watched this one.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any other trailers?
Do I? Oh, I watched a leaked version of the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer.
Oh yeah. Doing anything for you?
No.
No.
Like, there's cool stuff in it, but
That's kind of
I
the
just, at this
story
point-
of the Mandalorian at this point, though, too, right? Like, there's cool stuff in the Mandalorian. I don't care about it anymore.
I just need Andor to come out, and they just need to cancel everything.
Everything else.
For, like, 10 years. Let's build up the mystery of Star Wars again, like they kind of had to do for the sequel trilogy. I know it didn't pan out everybody's way, but it's just... We're flooding
Yeah.
the market with Star Wars stuff now, and it's
feel
just
like
exhausting. It's become meaningless.
it seemed like there was, for a while, right? There was, when the sequels, after Disney bought, we had the sequels, and then we had these, like, spin-off movies.
Rogue One.
It was, but it's fairly well
It was like every couple
planned,
of years, 2-3
right?
years, yeah.
And then we got to like, oh crap, this isn't working. So they kind of do a hands off, except Disney Plus is a thing. So we're going to start doing shows. And now I kind of feel like we're in the throw all the spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. Versus...
That's the phase right before you do nothing.
Maybe we should put the spaghetti in the Tupperware, put it in the fridge, and we have a meal for another day.
Let it cool down. Yeah. Yeah.
But then we leave it in there, and instead we pull out a frozen pizza from the freezer because
Ooh.
that just sounds a little more fun tonight.
You know what? I'm down. I'm always down for a frozen pizza.
Dude, frozen
I mean, you have to heat it up first. I don't eat it frozen.
Well, obviously. You always gotta let the thing cook.
I just don't want anyone taking my comments online, out of context. That wouldn't happen.
That would be
Not on
very
the internet.
embarrassing for them, I think.
Okay, so other D23 announcements. Avatar 3 has an official title. Fire and Ash.
Ooh.
There was some concept art.
Look cool.
Looks cool. Looks cool. Look, I...
Don't need a trailer! I don't need a trailer! I'm in.
This is where I reveal I still haven't seen the second one.
Oh, Tyler.
You freaking piece of crap.
I was late to the first one too, so
It's just the yeah. Just the way it's gonna be. Hey,
It's in Voodoo,
Yeah, I mean,
and it's on Disney
I'll
Plus,
watch
and
it.
I think it's on HBO.
It is on HBO. I'll watch it at some point. I'm not like purposely avoiding it.
I
I'm
know.
just
You know, it's
setting
one.
3 hours or
It's
however
one that
long it
I've
is.
wanted to rewatch.
Yeah,
So
about 3 hours.
if you know we need to schedule time, I'll pop some popcorn. You come over.
Oh, popcorn sounds so good.
As long as we start it, like the problem is, if I start a 3-hour movie after 8:30, it's over. I'm not finishing it.
We don't start at 8:30.
I'll
We started
zonk
at 8.
out. I'll be fighting for my life, but I think I can do it.
Well, here's the problem. You
I
won't want to
believe
start
in
it
you.
before 8 because the girls have to go to bed.
I know, that's the problem. It's so long.
We'll get you some
Or
caffeine.
you can start it before 8, like 4,
And then pause it.
and then pause
Pause
it.
it. Yeah.
Have like a 3-hour intermission,
It's not a bad idea, actually.
and then come back and finish it.
Look at Luke
Just-
over there being
Yeah.
logical
Innovator.
for once. Wow.
For once.
For once, I'm the smartest person on this podcast. At least when it comes to watching stuff.
That's true. You do optimize.
I don't want to steal
more
anybody's
than-
thunder
more
for
than
actual
me.
knowledge, because I know that ain't me.
Oh, another sequel. Look, we're gonna have lots of sequel announcements
Dude,
tonight.
that's like all
Well, the
Movie
rest are
Thing
all
was.
sequels.
Yeah.
Incredibles 3 in the works.
Okay, this is actually cool.
Did they confirm who's directing this?
It's Brad, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
If it's Brad, I'm excited. If it's not, I'm not excited.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
It's superheroes. Do a superhero trilogy. End it.
And they don't make these like every year, so it's
Yeah.
nice that they've gapped. When did 2 come out?
2 came out.
1920?
Maybe.
It wasn't after COVID. It was before COVID. So 19 would have been the
I did-
latest.
I definitely remember seeing that in theaters.
Yeah.
But maybe 18.
18. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're
When the first one
announcing
came
that
out, like,
6 years
2008.
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
04.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. There was a big gap between
And they barely grew up. I love movies.
animation and with animated movies. It's even easier.
Yeah. Just make everything animated. Screw this live action crap. Mad Max animated.
Yeah. Another.
Oh, that sounds
Need
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Another 3. Frozen 3.
I don't care.
We got some concept art.
I thought
You guys can go watch that with your
I
daughters.
thought they announced that forever ago.
It's been announced. They
Okay.
just did some like concept
Gotcha.
art. And,
They-
and I
they
think they
showed it
delayed.
with-
I think they delayed it.
They're like, this one is 3. And they showed Roman numerals, and everybody was like, ah. Yep, it's as boring as it sounds.
Yeah. Why are you reloading?
Reloading.
Um.
Mufasa.
Oh, there was another.
see
There was a
this
new
trailer.
trailer for that. You're right.
I saw
that
this
wasn't on
trailer.
my list.
This
Listen, I'm out.
this was a weird reveal in this trailer.
I'm out on it. Not only, like, I don't like the story idea. I don't need Scar to be a sympathetic villain. I think the CG looks terrible. Like, just compared to the first one. Like, I'm watching, I'm like, everything looked real in the first one. This one looks fake.
Did we know Mufasa was adopted?
That's
No.
not what it was before.
Okay.
That's new.
That
say
is
that-
that is a
That was
big
a turn I was
that
not
is a
expecting.
Big.
I don't want to get into
reveal.
Lion King lore, but that's not the story.
I can't remember.
Remember when he's talking about talking to Simba on the top of the rock, and he's like, "This belonged to my father,
Yeah.
and all their fathers before him. They're all
That's
up there.
right,
This is
yeah.
all our land. It belongs to us." Done. Gone.
Out the window.
I was listening to Team Deacons. I listened to the Hans Zimmer episode, and he was talking about scoring the live-action Lion King.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, like the photorealism just kind of sucks because lions don't emote. Like when they're younger, they're playful, but when they're older, you just don't care. Like they don't do anything.
Yeah.
And so part of me wonders if they're trying to fix that a little bit, but it turns
I
out
mean,
not
it's just
looking
like-
very good.
Like, just like the elephants in the background, and the sky, and the grass, and the water doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Well, it just feels like there's something unique about capturing that in a photograph, right? And there's something special about like an animation. You can like stylize it in a unique way, and like I feel like with the photo real CG, it's you get the worst of both of those. You get like the ability to like stage it however you want, but you lose all of the stylistic flair that you have with animation, and there's just nothing special about capturing that image and it not be real, right? Like if I'm on a safari and I capture that, it's like like I got that photo. That's like a 1 in a million moment photo, and it just doesn't feel that way because it's almost like it's too staged, and it's, I don't know. There's something beautiful about staging when it's intentionally artificial and it's stylized. But when you're just attempting to make it look like real life, then it's like it
doesn't look like real life.
It doesn't look like real life.
It ends up looking bad.
And it doesn't look stylized or unique in any way. I don't know. It's a weird place to be.
Bro, Disney needs to hire somebody. Like, go borrow Hideo Kojima for a month. Just be like, just throw me some ideas. And then take his ideas and buy them. Like, pay him for them. And be like, all right, but we're going to develop these for, like, children. So we're probably going to have to make them less weird.
Bring down
and
the
you can make
an
animated movie. You can make a new live action movie. It's just sequel after sequel after
it's the Iger
IP
effect,
after
baby.
IP after IP.
That was Iger's whole push when he came back.
Yep.
And you're seeing it. Yeah, I still haven't seen the first live action Lion King or whatever you want to call it. Probably won't be seeing this one either.
It wasn't worth it.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. We got some Tron 3. Tron Ares is the subtitle. News. I guess there was like a teaser trailer there. It's not out online, I don't think. But it's being...
It's nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's just like they show the...
One of the characters?
The pyramid ship thing that's weird legs.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what they're called. And it like comes down, and then it's just like Jared Leto in his suit and
His
stuff.
armor suit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like Ares. It's like, oh yeah.
But it's being scored by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross.
And yes. Sorry, Trent.
They use the 9 Inch Nails logo, but it's those two.
And and
If
9
you're
Inch
not familiar.
Nails is producing some music for the movie.
Yeah.
So
I sent it to you when I saw it. I sent it to you guys, and I said if you can't have Daft Punk, I think these two are a good choice for it.
Yeah.
I like their work.
They're great composers.
I like what they do.
Yeah.
I think they'll do a good job with this.
Hot take. This feels like Pedro Pascal casting to me.
Getting them to do the music.
You went with the safest option. Because this type of music is all they really do. At least in the movies I've seen with them. Like,
for whatever reason, I don't struggle with that as much. It's a little... I think it's a step... sorry. My words are not
I'm not
forming
saying
correctly.
it's bad.
No, I know.
But, like, it's like, oh, okay.
The comparison I would
Makes
say
sense.
there is like Michael Giacchino is that to me.
Oh, yeah.
For superhero movies.
He's like, he just does everything.
Yeah.
I think he's done every Disney movie in the past 8 years.
And so, like, Reznor and Ross, I think, are maybe close to that, but not quite there for me.
Thankfully,
I can't remember
Giacchino,
Social Network, but didn't they do that one too?
Yeah, that's hands down their best one.
So good.
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, like Giacchino and Atticus and Ross have the potential to also pop off. which
Yeah,
is
oh,
fantastic.
for sure.
Like, we got the Batman.
Yeah.
I've listened to a little bit.
Killer?
I haven't seen the movie, but I've listened to some of the Challengers soundtrack.
Mm.
It's great.
They did Mank.
Oh, I love that movie.
They did the Watchmen show. I didn't realize that. Maybe I did. I'm just trying to see what all they've done.
Now that you know it, if you ever watch that show again, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is definitely them.
Yeah.
I remember I had to look it up when there was the shootout in the cow field in like the first episode or second episode, and I was like, this feels familiar.
Then you looked it up and you're like, oh, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
I think Trent Reznor did Book of Eli. I think just one of them did that movie.
It might have been Ross.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie. I do wish they would have just like shelled out some money to just be like, hey, Daft Punk, it's time to come back.
That would have been that. I had kind of
would've
said
been epic.
like that'd have been so sick.
Yeah.
Just pull him out of retirement. But
Like, if I'm gonna have to go watch this Jared Leto movie,
see, I think so. You talk about
It'd be
them
awesome
being the
if they could
safe
get-
option. I think the risk is Leto, and they couldn't take another one. So like I think they had to go with Reznor and Ross.
then just fire Leto. Nobody wants him anyways. Know what the craziest thing would have been? If it would have been like 30 Seconds to Mars.
Then you know the budget on this is like $25.
Oh my gosh.
What did it? Oh, you
'cause
brought
they
up
paid
Book
Robert
of
Downey
Eli.
Jr.
This isn't like a news story, but I was listening to Kind of Funny did an episode where they just let Gary Whitta come on and talk.
Oh, nice.
And he talked about his experience with Book of Eli and like studio notes, and he said sorry, this is a weird side, but I thought it was really funny. He said he kept getting this note about them wanting Eli to be like an ex-Navy SEAL, and Whitta was like with the producer and Denzel, and Whitta was like, he hung up the phone. He's like, man, I just keep getting the same note. And Denzel's like, well, what's the note? And Gary's like, they want Eli to be an ex-Navy SEAL. And he's like, what? And they're like, yeah, like they want him to be an ex-Navy SEAL. He's like, but that's not the point. The point is I'm a nobody.
Yeah.
You know, like the spirit of the Bible. Like it was always just some random person. And he's like, give me the phone. And so he calls the studio. And he goes, hey, I don't want to hear Gary bring up this note ever again. And then he hung up the phone and he said, you won't get that note again. And I was like, dude, that's
That
so
is
awesome.
That's
like it was
awesome.
a really cool episode. If you want to hear Gary Whitta talk about his Hollywood stories, it's pretty funny.
That's
This
amazing.
is good.
That's fantastic.
What power.
I need to watch Book of Eli.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, I need to watch it again.
Yep.
Aren't they doing like a show with a prequel thing?
I think it's a prequel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's some prequel thing in the
I
works.
think I remember talking about that like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I think
Will it
Boyega was
actually ever
rumored to
happen?
be
I
in
don't
it.
know.
Who?
Boyega?
I don't remember it.
Yeah, I think you're right because I feel like we talked about like how do you not just cast John David Washington in that role?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Boyega would be great, I'm sure, but
John David Washington's going to be the bad guy.
there you go.
What a
It's
twist.
a prequel. It's a prequel TV show, and it's on market right now.
All right. We also got back to D23, just because I want to get through this so we can have more fun conversation. Lilo and Stitch live action film is coming.
Skip. I love the animated movie.
Animation's great.
What? Like,
I don't know why we
Why?
need this.
Why?
I mean, it's just like an announcement thing, so it's not even like a trailer could prove to me that they do something different enough that would justify its existence, but I doubt that's not Disney's thing. It's
If
not
I
what they
wanted to
do.
watch live action Lilo and Stitch, I would just watch Elf.
Fair enough. Just watch Alf. Love it. All right, that's all my D23 notes.
Freakier Friday.
Oh yeah. Great.
Another. It'd just be the same movie again.
Yeah.
That's cool, I guess.
I won't mind watching Jamie Lee Curtis kind of go crazy again.
It'll be I mean, look, there's some interesting.
Because I'm not seeing Borderlands.
There's
so
some
this will be
interesting
my opportunity.
character stuff that like the actors will have fun with, right? Like
Yeah.
her acting like a Lindsay Lohan and Lindsay Lohan acting like her, but yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
Crawl 2.
Dude, yes.
Yes, this is great.
This was awesome.
In New York, right? That's what they
Yes.
said. That's gonna be.
I'm curious. Is it going to be the same girl? Is it going to be Kaya Scodelario?
I hope
don't know
so.
if
I don't think we know that yet.
You're like, is she just
An
a
attraction-
magnet for
Yeah,
alligators?
you're right.
I'm like, is this a storm again?
It's gonna be a saltwater crocodile this time.
Oh my gosh.
Just uber aggressive.
I'm sorry. New cast.
Oh, that's
Oh.
okay. That's okay.
Is it still Raimi?
Not make or break.
Is it
Raimi
still what?
producing it again?
He
Did he direct the last one?
Yeah.
It was him. Yeah.
And then the same director, I think.
Wasn't it Sam Raimi?
No.
No,
he's
no,
the
no, no,
producer.
no.
He
Alexandre Aja.
Cool. Let's do it. I'm down.
But he's back, so it's same director. It is same
Sick.
director.
That was the surprise of that year.
That movie was awesome. I think did you and I just go see that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
No, still not.
Oh,
I just
man.
remember
So
figuring
fun.
out like halfway through when you finally saw her dad's face and was like, That's the sniper from Saving Private Ryan. And I just thought of that like the rest of the way through. Oh, what an awesome! I should rewatch that one.
Dude, that was a really fun movie that I did not expect. I remember we were like, this is going to be so bad, and then the reviews came out.
We were like, okay, we have
and
to
it was
go
like
see it.
in the 90s, and we were like, what the heck?
He's like, there's
And then we saw it, and we were like, yeah, this makes
It's just
sense.
pure fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like one or two fun, scary jump scare moments.
And it has some good, like, heartfelt-ish moments in there. Like, it has heart. Like, the movie has a heart,
And
which
dude,
is good.
the best part was when she's like a swimmer at school and she's a Florida Gator, and you're just like, I get it.
I see.
Dude,
what
that
we're
means she
doing.
might train with Katie Ledecky. Because she trains at Florida in Florida.
Maybe.
One of the ghosts.
Is Katie Ledecky gonna star in
Dude.
Crawl 2?
That'd be sick.
Katie Ledecky
She's
just
gonna
in
just
there
whack him with all her gold medals.
She just outswims
Punching.
the gator.
She's like, man, I'd rather chase this person on land.
What else we got?
It Ends With Us had a great weekend, opening weekend in theaters.
What is this?
Deadpool and
News-wise or
no,
money-wise?
money-wise.
Oh, okay.
Deadpool and Wolverine still came in first, 54 million domestically, but It Ends With Us came in at 50 million, right behind it.
Colleen Hoover book movie tree is beginning now. They're about to start making all those books
All
into
of them.
movies.
I have never even heard of this movie.
It's Blake Lively and some dude I've never heard of, who apparently was a complete freak show on set and made people uncomfortable.
That's unfortunate.
Is it just like
He
a
was
rom-
also
Especially
he was also
considering-
the director.
is it a
Especially
rom-com or something?
no,
It's like
considering like what the topic,
Yeah.
the theme of the
yeah, the theme of the movie is
Ugh.
like lady is in like a relationship an abusive relationship, and like this ex from her past shows up and talks her
Yeah, that didn't sound very
talks her
rom-com.
into getting out of that relationship. But it's the director, who is also apparently abusive on set, is the running rumor right now, and made Blake Lively uncomfortable and all these things. And I don't know, man.
All right.
What a time to make Blake Lively uncomfortable. Like,
You're
what
right.
kind of idiot do you have to be? Like, don't do it to anyone, anytime, anywhere. But
She's
like,
attached
she's
to one of
married
the
to the man who plays Deadpool,
yeah,
whose best friend plays Wolverine, who could absolutely have you murdered and have that thing covered up,
and
no
have your
problem.
movie career completely disappear.
I mean, that would.
Which
probably
may
be
happen anyway.
The more logical way of thinking things.
So yeah,
I'd be more worried
Colleen
about
Hoover
Twitter.
makes weird books about. Well, not weird. People love them. They're just kind of these.
She write
weird,
Fourth Wing?
No.
Oh,
No, it's
I'm not a part of this world, so.
they're just kind of darker books that are generally female led, and they have some spiciness to them and things like that. I don't know.
Third Wing.
I've not read any of them.
I haven't either, but what I will
I don't
say,
read
it
books.
was other than us getting into our movie just a little late because Warren was not ready to deal with that many people at the concession stand. It was nice to see the theater full.
Yeah, you got two
Like,
movies
they
making
were-
over 50. That's a good weekend.
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
So that's some good box office news.
Heck yeah. We'd like to hear that.
What else we got? Any gaming news?
There
Did
is some
anything
gaming
happen
news.
this
I'm
week?
glad you asked. Space Marine 2. This is the Warhammer 40k game that comes out next month. Its previews are up. I think this game looks awesome. It's got a lot of that Gears of War type energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited to get my hands on it.
Something to hold you over till
Till Gears E-Day, yeah. Like I'm
in
just
4 years.
something for that kind of vibe. Yeah, I think this looks really good. Everybody who's previewed it has really liked it. I was watching Skill Up's review, and he was a big fan. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I think it just looks neat, and I don't know. It'll be a good way to jump into Warhammer, I think. Not that I'd ever play the game; it's too expensive. But the video game will suffice. Sorry, Brett.
Oh, it's okay.
And
Tyler's
then,
ever playing footsie with me.
Tango GameWorks was saved
Yeah.
by Krafton, the company that makes PUBG. They purchased it. They plan to expand the Hi-Fi Rush IP.
Are they not owned by Xbox?
Krafton?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
I just
That
for
would be
whatever-
hilarious.
For whatever reason, I think Xbox just partnered with PUBG early on.
They were the ones that get it to console.
Yeah, but it was I was a little bit. I saw this and I was like, wait a second, did Xbox just double back on itself? But no,
Ooh.
it sounds like this was a.
I know what the fix is. I know what the expansion is. Remember, the Callisto Protocol is in the same world as PUBG, and I'm guessing Hi-Fi Rush is in that world too. It's a TV show within the PUBG universe.
There you go.
Book it. They're gonna expand it that way.
I just want Hi-Fi Rush 2. That's all I want. Like for now.
I think they'll go that route. I do wonder if they'll make it like a show or something.
It'd be a really fun anime.
Yeah, like I do wonder. Like it lends itself.
Dude,
to
a
that.
musical anime would be
Dude.
so cool.
Oh
It lends
gosh.
itself to that. I really think that's a possibility. Maybe Crafton wants to get into that space a little bit, and I think that's an easy way in. So, but awesome that studio was saved, especially after putting out some of their best work. To have it all go away so quickly, I do wonder how many employees found new jobs in that time and are now like, man, if I could have just waited a little longer. But good for them. That's really cool. Good on Crafton as well.
I think there
Yeah,
were
that's awesome.
2 studios that got shuttered this week. I think one was a Netflix game studio, and the other was it was I can't remember.
I
can look it up.
Story
But
while you look that
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I don't know how recent this was, but WB Games had an earnings call. It included Zaslav, everybody's favorite CEO.
He's my favorite to punch in the face.
He, in that call, said that they are going to explore
Oh boy.
letting some of their IPs go to different studios outside of the WB Games umbrella so that they can get fresh voices to tell stories with their properties. So what that means, I don't know. I imagine you'll see some DC games popping up.
I don't think that sounds that bad.
No, it's great. This is good news. This isn't bad.
I hear Zaslav.
I know.
I'm like, oh no,
that was my immediate response, and they were like, "Yeah, Zaslav was on the call," and I was like, "Oh, here we go." And
this
then,
freaking guy.
Then they said that part, and I was like, "Oh, like that's a good idea."
Yeah.
Like, because they're just not like you think about DC and Harry Potter and Game of Thrones and like all these IPs they own, and they're just not pumping out games like you would think because they're just running them through their studios, and that's just not fast enough. So you have to think, some DC games will probably come out of this. I imagine you'll see something Game of Thrones MMORPG related. I would assume will happen. I mean, either way, I think this is a really good move for WB Games. I mean, that studio has been kind of in turmoil forever, so we'll see. I would love
Suicide Squad kill the Justice League again.
that game tanked them so bad, and I think that's what led to this. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's exactly what was needed. So we'll see. We shall see. I don't know what they'll make, but I'll be paying attention to weird announcements and things like that.
I'll be paying attention to Tyler, who will tell me about it.
Yeah, if I hear anything, I'll obviously share that.
I'm having a hard time finding confirmation. I'm pretty sure. I think it was either via like a LinkedIn thing that I saw. It's maybe a game cancellation versus a studio closure, but it was over at Probably Monsters. I don't know. It's a ex-Bungie
Okay.
guys created this studio, and they have like 3 projects going, and one of those got axed. So not as big as what I in my head had thought, but
Still
sucks.
Yeah.
Still sucks.
Good news. Well, I think it's good news. I know some people will be upset. I think I read this on the Wrap, so like it felt pretty legit. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead universe is sequel and its animated show are being quietly canceled at Netflix. Why quietly? Why quietly?
Oh, we'd hate to have backlash from.
Anyway, Army of the Dead is one of the
A
worst
cult.
movies I've ever seen, so I'm totally glad about this.
Yeah, I'm not.
He can work on his other horrible universe, which is the Rebel Moon universe.
I'm not upset about this. I don't think those movies are as bad as Luke does, but I don't think.
Well, I've only
we
seen the
need it.
one.
We don't need.
I
more
don't
of
think
it.
you need a whole universe.
No.
Just man,
I like the second one way more.
Just make a movie.
The second one, because it's not directed by him, is much better.
Yeah, agreed.
And the dude who played, I think his name's Dieter.
The premise sounded more interesting too.
Yeah,
Dude, I still think they have like a lockpick off where they have like this like underground tournament of people lockpicking. It's like, this is kind of cool. Like, this is a fun idea. But yeah, I don't know. Neither of them were great, I'd say. I don't know if you guys saw CD Projekt Red had some news on The Witcher 4. Well, not necessarily them, but the voice actor who plays Geralt in the video games.
Yeah.
He said that Geralt is in The Witcher 4, but he is not the main character.
That's right.
Which,
Aren't they speculating
it's-
it's Siri?
that's who I would assume it would be.
Cool.
Which I'm cool with, yeah. I mean, I don't hate it.
I've never played a Witcher game, and I'll probably play their next one.
I've played The Witcher 3, and I really like it. It's just so big. Like, it's daunting.
Cyberpunk was kind of like that.
yeah.
Not as big.
But it feels daunting, like, when you
Yeah.
start it. Yeah.
It's just, I still need to play Phantom Liberty update.
Now's a good
But
time.
like, no, dude, I've got so much catch up to do after the past 3 weeks.
That can be part of your catch-up.
That will be a month in itself. Because I just know once I pick that up, I'm gonna be
You're going to be
hard
hooked,
in.
yeah.
Man. But no, just like all their like systems and
Yeah.
menus. It's just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's a lot.
But yeah, I'm excited to play Witcher 4 when it
Me
comes
too.
out in 8 years, probably.
Me too.
Or probably sooner, I guess. Cyberpunk finished like in the last year. It'll probably be like 2 years, 3 years.
Who knows?
2
Well, I
years,
mean-
a delay, then 3.
There you
It was.
go.
I was going to say
Right,
they
right.
had already started development prior to Phantom Liberty coming out. So
Yeah, and then
It's
that
been in
ended,
develop-
and they're like, okay, everybody's
on there.
Witcher
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. As soon as that shipped, they were like, "Cool, you guys are ready to roll." So I think it'll be probably 3 years, 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Which is
They have
good.
to wait for GTA 6 to kind of,
fizzle down a little bit.
as much as it can.
That's true. Yeah. God. That thing's gonna be a world beater. I heard the budget for that game is like $2 billion.
It's either going to be a world beater or it's going to be
Good
horrible.
lord.
Yeah, I heard it had a $2 billion budget. See, but here's my hope. Selfishly,
GTA 5 made what? 5 billion
it made so much money.
for GTA.
Here's my hope. GTA. This is selfish, of course. I don't truly hope this, but I hope it's bad, so that they'll
Ooh,
go
what a
to
hater.
Red Dead 3 and like really try hard to redeem themselves, and Red Dead 3 will just be even better than 2.
Just an absolute banger.
That'd be so sick.
I wouldn't hate that.
I would. That's what I'm saying. Like selfishly.
Like I'm not a GTA player.
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna
either.
play GTA 6.
Yeah.
Or this would be cool too. What if they made a new IP?
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be on board. Something that's not GTA. Because, like, again, GTA 6, we've gotten 2 Red Deads, one that didn't get any DLC or support post-launch. Looking at you, Red Dead 2. And that's it. They just were like, yeah, GTA, back to Grand Theft Auto. And I get it. Like, you got to make money, but Red Dead 2's incredible.
It'll fund their next 3 games probably.
Yeah. So GTA 7 and 8, and then Red Dead 3.
No, GTA 7, Bully 2,
Oh yeah, Bully 2 will finally happen. Yeah,
and then the new IP, then Red Dead 3.
that would suck, but that's all right. Well, cool. Is that all the news that we got?
That's all I've got.
Luke, you
Luke,
got
anything else?
I remembered another trailer that came out this week.
Oh my goodness.
Did you guys see the trailer for Rebel Ridge?
No.
You guys should check it out. It looks awesome.
Yeah?
Rebel Ridge.
It's like modern day Rambo. Like First Blood.
Okay.
It looks like a ton of fun. I guess I won't say more than that. I think it's a Netflix movie, but
Yeah, it is.
I think it looks awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
I think it's Rebel Ridge. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. The guy starring in it is the voice of Mufasa in the Mufasa movie.
Remember who you are.
Well, cool.
Yeah. So, in terms of what you guys did this week, Luke obviously watched lots more Olympics.
Watched
but
lots of Olympics.
anything else?
I finished Batman.
Oh,
Cape
yeah.
Crusader.
Caped Crusader, yeah.
Yes. Thoughts?
Fantastic show. Not enough Batman.
Okay.
They spend a lot of time with the other cast members and other characters, which, you know, I don't hate. Spend a lot of time with Barbara Gordon, who's a lawyer in this version. That's cool. But I feel like Batman every once in a while just kind of shows up. It's like, I'd like to see them interact a little more. I'd like to follow his investigation. A lot of the new different versions of the characters I think are really cool. I don't think everybody will like them. I know for a fact everybody won't like the version of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. There's no Joker, but they will be doing that in the next season. They kind of tease that. I'd say my two favorite episodes were both like very supernatural, which I wasn't expecting the show to do. Like one of them involves the gentleman ghost,
Oh, cool.
and I thought it was so cool.
Nice.
And the other one involves, I don't know, I'd never heard of the character, but she was like some vampire chick
Okay.
thing, and I thought they were awesome. I love it when Batman leans into the supernatural stuff, because you have this brawler detective bro dude, rich boy, and he's like fighting ghosts. It's just like, what are we doing? How did this happen?
How high were we when
I
we wrote this?
I think the Gentleman Ghost episode was my favorite. I
Nice.
loved it.
Sweet. I can't wait to watch it. So.
It's also nice that it like has a narrative. Like Batman the Animated Series didn't have a narrative. It's just like, you know,
every now and again you'll get a 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like the season kind of follows like Harvey Dent's story
Yeah.
and where he goes. And like it's mainly like Harvey, Barbara, and like Rupert Thorne kind of have this arc throughout, and Batman kind of like just running amok through everything, like punching ghosts and stuff.
Vampires and.
Also, very interesting episode with all of the Robins. I'll just say
Oh.
Okay.
you like you'll know immediately which episode it is.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like, oh, that's interesting. And it's probably as far as the Robins will go.
Okay.
Good, interesting, bad, interesting.
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 In the middle, interesting.
Okay.
A neutral interesting.
Cool.
It's a wait and see interesting, I guess.
All right.
If they leave it as is, good interesting. If it keeps going, bad interesting.
Okay.
So
I-
say that.
I spent some time in the DC universe this week.
Yeah?
More so on the comic book side. I finished up volume 2 of Tom Taylor's Nightwing run. I have 2 more volumes to read, but I'm waiting for them to become available at the library. Still pretty good. I didn't realize how highly regarded this series was. But it's really cool. Volume 2 spent a lot more time with like his friends and him trying to use the money left to him by Alfred to do good things for the city of Bloodhaven. So it's been kind of fun. But the highlight of my comic book reading this weekend, by far, All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison. And this is my chance to do 2 things. 1, to praise how awesome this book was. And 2, to dunk on Zack Snyder.
Your favorite.
Which I love to do. So, number 1, I'll start with how good this book is. It's a 12-issue series. If you've not read it, I highly recommend it. Luke informed me that there's an animated movie that I've never seen somehow, and I'll probably be watching soon.
It's in the old regime.
Okay. But this is a story about Superman getting basically overloaded by the sun and getting radiation poisoning, and his cells start to kill themselves. And so he knows he's going to die, and he meets a time traveler who tells him, hey, you're going to accomplish 12 feats before you die, and you need to make sure you get them all done. And you're thinking, Superman, like, these feats are going to be so epic. these feats are the most human things ever.
Yeah.
The most human things ever. And, like, that to me is what Superman is about. It's what makes Superman such a good character. It's what makes him lovable. It's what makes Clark fun, is just the humanity of this alien who's not from here.
Yeah.
And it's so good, and it's so just packed with heart, which is saying something considering it's Grant Morrison, who is notoriously dark in a lot of his work. But man, like, this book made me feel things, and I was emotional throughout. And, you know, it's a lot of him in the little synopsis that they write at the beginning of the book. The editor, he talks about how a lot of it is Superman trying to, you know, figure out who he is on Earth and who he is back on Krypton, which sounds very similar to what Gunn is trying to do. Gunn has posted the picture of this cover a bazillion times on socials, so you've probably seen it. But it's incredible. And
It's the one where he's like sitting.
yeah, he's sitting with it. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can immediately tell, oh, Gunn's posted it. You're like, yeah, and he's sitting, he's kind of looking over his
He's got
shoulder.
that goofy
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah, he's not like ripped Superman. He's just big. Just a big dude.
Pause.
But man, like the yeah. Sorry. But the highlight of the book to me is, you know, and it's spoilers if you've not read it or seen the movie, but there's a moment where he's finally revealing to Lois that he's going to die. And he hears through, you know, his hearing that this girl is about to commit suicide, and she's on the phone with her therapist, who she thinks isn't coming to talk to her because he just doesn't want to, but in reality he's stuck on a train. And so Superman shows up and talks her off the ledge. And it's just like, it's not a large panel. It's not this super long thing. If you're a fan of comics, you've probably seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. And it's a really big moment, right? Like, it's Superman sacrificing the love of his life for this girl that, you know, isn't this named character. It's not this hero or this girl who's going to become a hero. It's just a person who's having a hard day. And, like, it's just those moments. There's so many of them throughout. It's so good. But this is where I dunk on Zack Snyder. Because I learned, not knowing, this was probably one of the books he read and was like, I'm going to make Man of Steel. And if everything you just heard me say translated at all to Man of Steel, I think maybe that movie's even better than I already think it is. Because I do like that movie.
Yeah.
But he even uses, and I did not know this because this really kind of frustrated me. Snyder gets a lot of credit for the whole, like, they'll join you in the sun line and then paying it off in Justice League.
Because Zack Snyder did not write that movie either.
Yeah. Right.
So, like,
but he gets a lot of credit
the fact
for,
that
like,
he gets credit for that at
for
all
paying
is
it
hilarious.
off. Dude, it's verbatim from this story.
Yeah.
It's verbatim, like, literally the exact dialogue lines. Like, it's 3 bubbles of those exact words. And I was like, this is crazy that he read this and did not make any kind of try to accomplish what this book is accomplishing. It's really upsetting. And then I sent you guys that Snapchat. I booted up Superman the movie. Because I was, like, really feeling like Superman. Like, this is Superman. Like, you know, he's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really crazy how Zod's kind of screaming monologue at the beginning of Man of Steel that everybody loves is, again, just another thing that he just ripped off of that movie. Like, I didn't realize how much he just constantly steals and makes worse somehow. I get, like, trying to imitate some things and being inspired by some things, but, like, he straight up just is like, hey, do what he did in this movie, Michael Shannon, please. And that's what Michael Shannon does.
Yeah.
And Michael Shannon's great, but go back and watch the very beginning of that movie and tell me it's not the exact same scene.
Terrence Stamp is really good in Superman 1 and 2.
It's insane.
He goes crazy hard in Superman 2.
But no, I finished All-Star Superman, and that line is in the very last issue of that series, and I was just like, I cannot believe Snyder read this far into this series and decided, Superman's just a dark character. Because that is the complete opposite of what that story is trying to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was really it kind of made me sad. I think that's why I booted up Superman the movie. I was like, man, like this, Donner gets it. But no, it was really fun. Other than that, I played more college football. Played a little bit of, because my kid requested it, Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Nice.
That game's awesome.
It's fantastic.
It's so fun. Like, I really enjoy it.
It is a vibe.
It's just a really, it's like, I think you perfectly described it. It's like this dungeon crawling cozy game.
Yeah.
And it just feels good to play.
Mm-hmm.
And like the puzzles are fun.
You can make it as hard or cozy as you want to.
Yeah.
You can like there's the 3 difficulty options at the start. I just chose normal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there like, man, how easy would this be if I did it on the easy?
Yeah.
And it's probably just so you can just like kind of doze off while playing it. And
Yep.
I think that's great.
No, it's fun.
It's very cool.
Very cool game. And then the other, I booted up Flintlock or whatever.
Siege of Dawn.
Siege of Dawn. Very cool concept. I played like 40-ish minutes of it. I don't know. It feels a little clunky to play.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes away from it.
Needed a little more
Polish.
need a little more time maybe.
I just like the jumping's super floaty and like the combat doesn't feel all that great. But there's some cool stuff, and I don't have everything unlocked, obviously. So I don't know. I don't know how much time I'll spend with it, but
There you go.
probably not much. I'll just play Hinterberg. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So as I alluded to earlier, I went to the theater with Stephanie. We went on a date.
The theater.
The theater. We had a lovely date night. We went and saw Trap,
Nice.
the new M. Night Shyamalan thriller. Shamhammer's back. Well,
Never left.
Never
Let's be
left.
honest. He never left.
he had one bad movie. He had 2 bad movies. He
has
had
like-
one
he has
bad
like 3 or
movie
4 bad
and one
movies.
like mediocre movie, and then the rest he has some okay movies.
What was
Anyways.
the bad one?
Lady in the Water.
Glass?
No.
Lady in the Water, Avatar.
Avatar's the only bad one.
Oh, you're talking like old, the way back when. I thought you were talking about recently.
The Happening is also not great.
Is that the Keanu Reeves movie?
Some
Mark
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg and
Oh.
The plants.
the plane. Yeah, it's through the
I haven't even seen this movie.
Anyways, we're not here to discuss his filmography in its entirely.
Favorite Shamhammer movie? Go.
Signs?
Favorite? Ooh, Signs is good.
I think mine is Signs.
Mine's Split.
I do love Split, but I do love Signs.
Signs is fun.
I think Signs might be his most like.
Yours is The Village, isn't it?
No.
Sixth Sense, I already knew the twist, so it didn't really have the effect.
See, that's the thing. Like, I didn't know the twist when I watched Sixth Sense, so it blew my mind in that way. But I think Signs is like overall a better movie, and so I think it's better. I would say I think it's his best. I also really like Unbreakable.
I really like Unbreakable until he's like, oh, I can drown. And it's like, okay. So can I, buddy.
Turns out you're quite breakable, my friend.
But yeah.
Turns out you don't have to break to die. You just sing.
He's kind of gone on a
Oh, dude.
a
Sorry.
soul search.
Freaking Glass when he drowns in like cold water. Just like, just wear a snorkel.
Just have it
Always.
all the time.
Fighting him. Why are you wearing a snorkel? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so
Trap.
I think this is a movie that's way more about the characters than the premise. The premise gets you kind of in the door, and that's what 2/3 of the movie is. The entire third act, nothing is shown in trailers.
Oh, that's cool.
Of the entire third
I like
act.
that.
You have no idea where this is going in a good way. Like it all makes sense.
Is he trying to
It's not
assassinate-
A24 giant.
Demon.
Josh Hartnett shows up.
Is he trying to assassinate the president?
Okay, maybe it's not going that far.
No.
But
No, that's technically no. That's not the Beekeeper. It's kind of close, but no, it's not.
kind of close.
Dude, you need to watch Beekeeper. It's so cool.
But I think the movie really shines as with the Josh Hartnett really carries it on the shoulders in terms of
His
a bad guy
resurgence.
who's been caught, been cornered, and what do you do to get out of it? Very early on, they let you know. In the trailers, they basically telegraph it
He's
to you.
caught,
But
yeah.
he's under the thumb. It does a really good job of making you kind of I want to see him get out. How's he gonna get out? At the same time, it's he's a terrible person. I shouldn't want him to get out. And so it plays really fun with those kinds of things. It's a pretty small cast. His daughter Ariel, her character name is Riley. I think they have okay chemistry. The gal who plays Lady Raven is M. Night's daughter. She's also a musician, so she is the musical act and she performs all the songs.
Is this the same daughter who directs as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
If she could be that multi-talented, I don't know.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
But she's obviously at the concert, right? She's there performing. She has a pretty minor role for the first 2/3 of the movie, but then has a very prominent role, and she does a great job acting.
Okay.
I think she really holds her own. Makes for really fun dynamics between all of the characters when they're interacting and how they're interacting, which I'm not going to spoil anything.
Lady Raven was in on it.
The whole time.
She's actually the lead cop investigator.
He just goes on a full dad savior mode where, he knows he's caught, so he just tries to give his daughter the best thing, which is meeting this artist that she loves, and then he gets captured in the end. That's my guess.
Or he tells his daughter, yes, I'm a kidnapping serial killer freakazoid weirdo person. But to make it up to you, I'm going to kidnap your favorite celebrity and you can hang out with them.
And then she kills the singer.
And the singer.
Look, some of
assassinates the president.
what you guys have said is not that far off.
Oh,
So
whoa!
I've heard that it's a really big kind of fatherhood movie.
it is
Yeah.
definitely there's a theme about fatherhood and what it means to be a good dad, bad dad, a dad. What is a relationship of a daughter with a not so present, not so good father? Those are the things that the themes that this movie is kind of playing with.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't probably have as big of a twist as after Sixth Sense, that was the thing. Every Shyamalan movie has to have a twist. Every Shyamalan movie does not have to have a twist. This movie does not have that big of a twist. What I will say is especially through the third act, he does a really good job of keeping the story going with little ways of him getting out of scenarios and situations. Right? You're oh, he's caught. No, he's not. Oh, he's caught now. Oh no, how is he? And they do a good job of making that feel believable and, emotionally impactful, even up until, the very last scene where...
Which I hear is kind of a thing. I guess they shot that. They actually shot that sequentially, and and Hartnett didn't know how it
didn't know how it was going to end? Yeah. No, that's fascinating, thinking about that. So, yeah. But he's got such a good face for a serial killer. His smile, they show it in the trailer, but they go to that close up shot of his face, and the way he emotes is so good. So sorry, Josh, I don't mean that in a you
He's
look
lying,
like a serial
he
killer.
means it.
Just
Liar.
say that you're a good actor. I don't think this is the best movie of the summer or anything like that. Maybe slightly above average. I think most people would, if you enjoy thrillers, will enjoy this. It's not a horror movie. It's not the craziest, twistiest, scariest. It's not Long Legs.
Yeah.
Right? That's not a horror movie. It's also a really intense thriller. It's not that, but it's also not you're going to go see a gore fest type of thing. Yeah. I think it plays that middle line really nicely. I'm going to give it a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
Cool.
I think
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
that if you enjoy kind of the thriller genre M. Night's kind of twisty storytelling.
I feel like none of M. Night's movies are scary.
No.
I feel like
Signs
that was
scared me.
just that one scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess the fingers under the door always got me too.
Yeah.
He has his moments, right? He has moments in his films that like, oh, but they're never like.
Vamonos.
So, yeah, had a lot of fun with it.
Sorry, I'm still on Signs
Oh, sure.
and Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Weakness of
Water.
Bruce Willis.
Water.
Water. Weakness of the aliens.
Water.
Water.
Bruce Willis is an alien. That's how he got his
It's all
superpowers.
connected.
He just like, I don't know, had evolution in his favor and was able to look like a human. Maybe he lost his memory, doesn't really remember. Then he dies in that puddle.
Is the
Wakes up and his wife doesn't remember him. Oh my gosh, all of his movies are connected.
are the people
Or wait, he gets
are the
shot
people
in
on
his-
the are the people on the beach and old also aliens? Like the
No, that's
water.
hell.
The
No.
water is what's aging them.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Old. I thought it looked so stupid.
Do you think he gets...
Dude, Lady in the Water. Water is even like a.
What's with this dude in water? Okay, you're allowed to spoil it. At least for me, you can blow your ears.
For what? Trap?
For Trap? Is anybody infected or hurt by water in this movie?
I don't believe so.
Katara was
I
from
plugged-
the Water Tribe.
I plugged my ears. I could still hear. That's not great. I was gonna ask.
It wasn't enough of a spoiler.
Yeah.
It was a
Thank
fake.
you,
It was a fake.
Is there any? Oh, do you guys think there's any connection to like people not liking his movies and the twists getting less and less twisty?
bro. Absolutely.
Because I think for
Absolutely.
a while, like everybody really didn't care about his movies as much as they just liked the twists.
Yeah.
Like the gimmick, right? And
Yep.
so,
Dude
Like-
hasn't had a twist in his movie for like the last 5.
yeah,
He's gonna just unleash the biggest twist
in cinematic
we've ever
history.
seen.
Dude, I thought the twist.
He's had one written for 20 years, and he's just like, I'm saving it for the day.
He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a version of Romeo and Juliet, and it's gonna be like a stage, one camera, one shot, and it's just like the whole play, and at the very end, just like aliens start sucking everybody up.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
Like, it's just like, what's
Dude,
happening?
I thought like the twist at the end of Split when Bruce Willis shows up. I was like, dog, what? It's like, did we really just what? Wait a minute. Like I thought that was a great twist, and it wasn't huge,
No.
but it's like, I don't know. Like I think he does a good job of it. I don't think he needs to do it in everything. Like I didn't think Knock at the Cabin. Like there was no twist in that.
The twist was that there's not a twist.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's
Well,
right?
it wasn't that there wasn't a twist. It was just, is this actually happening or is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of just answers the question.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
spoilers.
Ooh.
I actually liked that movie. I didn't think it was that bad.
I thought it was okay. It was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I like it. I
Thought the performances were good in it.
Yeah. I think he's a look. I think he's a.
He's cracked the code.
I think he's.
for sure.
I think he's a good director, especially at a certain budget. Now, I think if you give him something like The Last Airbender today, maybe not that property, but something bigger
Yeah.
budget, maybe IP based. I think he could do something better than what he did.
You know what needs a new live action? Dragon Ball Z.
I'm not sure I'd give him an anime.
He should make a series. I'd like to see him
Servant?
make a series.
He did one, yeah.
Oh, he
Servant.
did?
Servant.
With Rupert Grint. Grint?
And
Grint?
Ron
Toby,
Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
Toby Kebbell.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, never mind. Good job.
Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah. It's on
Apple.
He should
how
make-
many seasons? It's
should
got
make
like
the question.
4?
It's like
3
four,
or 4, yeah.
four
This is the
seasons. Yeah.
question.
That'd be interesting.
And they could make a
That would be
They
like
could make a fun reference about how all his movies are connected.
that
The
would
water.
be a really like almost too on the nose choice. Like it would just be like
Pedro Pascal.
we're doing the question. Okay, cool. And Shyamalan's directing. It's like, oh,
What?
that makes too much sense. It's all connected. And then Bruce Willis shows up. It's not really.
Glass
Yeah.
was just the beginning. I didn't actually die in that puddle. I faked it.
Faked my own.
I also faked my death. in that movie where I was actually dead, but I wasn't. I was dead, but I live.
But I live. Yeah. So, anyways, I recommend it.
Cool.
But that's really all I did other than edit the movie that we shot last weekend.
Is it done yet?
So, I've got some cuts.
Oh, cool.
I've had an assembly cut, which I got feedback on from Tyler and our DP and our script supervisor, and so then we've made some edits and we're tweaking things, and I think it's gonna move along a lot faster than Broken Door.
Yeah, it's a much smaller.
I mean, yeah,
like,
it is
overall thing.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
I was talking with our composer.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple days ago.
Nice.
So excited for that.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Excited to get working on it.
Reznor and Ross, are they doing it?
Well, you know,
they actually got Daft
them.
Punk.
I had them, and then they
That's
were
why
like,
they couldn't do Tron.
they backed out at the last second. They're like, Disney gave us a call.
Man.
So they.
Well, Giacchino's probably available.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Hans Zimmer said he did 14 movies in 1 year, so he might be able to do it.
He probably
But how
squeeze
many
it
of
in.
those did he like try on?
It was like early on in his
Even if
career,
he
so-
doesn't try on mine, I'll have it just for the name.
I mean,
Is
even
it-
when he doesn't try, it's still
pretty good.
Fire,
Is
so.
it common knowledge that he like doesn't understand music? Does everybody know that?
I don't know.
He didn't go to
Yeah,
music school.
he didn't
or
go to
anything.
music school.
Oh,
and,
really?
like,
Yeah.
he said every time, especially early on, when he would hand in like the music for the movies,
Mm-hmm.
the orchestra would be like that. That's not how music works. And he was like, just try it. And they would do it. And they'd be like, oh, that actually sounds really good. And he's like, cool, thanks. Just play it. Like, it was kind of fascinating to hear him talk about it. And to hear how Nolan, we'll talk about it after this, but the way Nolan works with him is like hilarious. Because
Yeah.
Nolan just doesn't let him see the scenes.
Interesting.
He makes him write off the script.
Oh,
Dude,
And-
I love how
that's
how
fascinating.
Yeah.
like they
Oh,
brought,
yeah, it's a wild story.
how they brought Interstellar to come to be.
Dude, the way they work is crazy.
It's a. I think it's like I saw it just the other day, like a video of him talking about it.
Yeah.
It's a really cool story.
Yeah, him and Nolan kind of do this a lot because
Yeah.
Nolan won't share anything. But the scene in Inception when Cottler like steps off the building and like you see her shoe slip.
Oh.
He said he had written the music for that moment, and you know if you've seen the movie, the moment in the score is pretty cool. And he's like, I had written it, and it was the only thing I had written that I had to tell Chris where I wanted it, and Chris would not listen to me. Just wouldn't let me tell him. He said, just send me the music, I'll fit it all in.
Oh my god.
And so he said when Nolan sent it back to him, it was exactly where he wanted it. And he's like, okay, like I guess this process works.
Just gonna
but then-
trust
I mean,
it.
no one knows what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hearing him talk about Denny, though, is freaking awesome. Like, the way he ended up doing Blade Runner is so cool. We can wrap this up. They don't want to hear this.
Well, it's not super cool. Because Johan Johansson died.
Oh well.
Well, yeah. But just the story of how he ended up doing it, him and Wallfish ended
Yeah,
up doing it, is
the,
a pretty...
that workflow.
Well, kind of, yeah. How he was leaving for tour the next day,
Oh.
and the Denny and the producer called him and were like, "Hey, can you do this?" And he's like, "No, I'm leaving for tour tomorrow." And they were like, "Dude, we're in a bad way." And he was like, "All right, yeah, just send me the movie or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'll see what I can do." Or no, they said, "What if Wallfish does it with you?" And he was like, "I like Wallfish. You know, I'll give it a shot."
Yeah.
And then he said like 10 minutes later, Denny was at his house, like knocked on the door and brought the movie in. And Denny hadn't shown the movie to anybody yet. So Denny had to sit there while Hans Zimmer watched his movie.
Oh my gosh.
And he said he finished the movie, like the movie ended, and they asked Hans, and Hans was like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I didn't have any words. I was kind of speechless. So I just started playing my piano. And Denny like jumped up and was like, "That's exactly what I've been hearing." It's just a really cool episode. If you're big into music,
I'm
Luke,
curious.
I think you would like it.
I'm
a lot.
curious. Like, did they have like it's kind of like basic insert music in there,
I'm not sure.
or was
yeah.
it just like the movie with no music?
Yeah, well, that's how Hans watches everything.
Oh,
He watches it without music first.
oh.
Because to him a good movie can work without dialogue. He talks about that, and I was like, dude, this dude's crazy.
Dude, I think movies can work without dialogue. I don't think they work without music.
Well, it's
I'm one of the
kinda
probably the like 2 people you meet in the world that don't really like No Country for Old Men because there's no score for that movie, and it drives me insane. It's just walking and talking in my ears.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Well, that's, I think Hans likes to
Just
watch
give me
movies
some synth or
with nothing because I think he
backtones.
thinks of, okay, what would I put here?
Yeah.
But he,
Yeah.
he said that's how he likes to judge movies, is if he can watch it without music. Oh, and then last thing I'll say about it, because I thought it was hilarious. He considers The Lion King the biggest failure of his career because
the new one.
no,
The
the
original?
original, because it got made into a Broadway musical. And he
Oh.
despises musicals. He's like, I failed, man. They made it into a musical. It's the biggest failure I've ever done. He's like, I hate it.
Well, I mean, partly half of that is, Rocket Man. What's his name?
Elton John.
Elton John.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
did the music and lyrics.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But yeah, Hans.
it can be half of his worst.
Well, it's just funny hearing him
Can't
talk
take
about
all.
it because he's like, I despise musicals. I was like, oh,
Dang, poor guy.
yeah.
Guess he doesn't have a soul.
He's pretty funny though. He's a lot of fun. It's a fun episode.
I need to watch that one or listen to that one.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm kind of surprised I haven't, or I don't remember it if I
He's
did.
a good one.
But there's been a couple of those, but recently.
That was like one of
Some
my
good ones.
favorite podcasts, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So good. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you all for hanging out with us, listening or watching. Next week, at least I will be reviewing Alien Romulus. I don't know if these yahoos are going to be able to get
I'm
to
gonna
it.
try to get to it, but it depends when I get home how things are going.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to see it. No more Olympics, so
Might as well, right?
should have.
He's got free time. Luke's got hours of free time now.
Whoa. And I don't work until 9:30 every night.
All
That
right.
part
Well,
sucks.
until next week, we'll see ya.